On this very road, in the winter of 1775, that's 250 years ago, General Henry Knox and the noble train of artillery was on their way from Ticonderoga toward Boston. It was late January, I think it was late January, was it early February, that they went by this pond on their way toward Westfield, where they reassembled the cannons, which were on sleds, and did some test firing. We're not test firing, we're going ice fishing, but I thought you might enjoy that little introduction. So we got another hour and a half or two to set up and go, and that's cool. We got a couple options here. Tom, where you see the smoke rising, where the guy's burning because he's looking to create a miniature LA, we have a flat point over there, nice flat. That might not be a bad spot. Another really good spot is out here where you see the sun start. There's a big, huge flat, boulders here and there. Always a hot spot, always a good spot to set up. So this is close. I've always caught a lot of fish there. Always caught a lot of fish there. I think these guys here are probably in the best trout spot though. But you know how trout are. Wonder what we want to do. So we've already got a tip up. We've only put in one type and it has already popped up. So we're going to wait a second. Tom is going to give it a little time because you know, that's all we have right now, time. A lot of time. And I'm going to sound this hole. So I have a button on the line and I'm dropping it down. Oh, we're in some shallow water here. So that button, I'm going to drop it down maybe a foot. I'll bring it up a little more. So really there's only going to be that much line. 3 feet of water here. We got a circle hook. I like these circle hooks. The thing you got to remember about them is that when you hook a fish up with them, we're going to put a shiner on here. You want to make sure that the circle hook comes way off. So make sure that you remember that when you hook the fish, because you don't want to hurt the fish. You're basically, if you hook them in the right spot, like I just did, this shiner is going to stay alive in that water for a long time. In fact, we used to be on Lake Champlain. We would stay overnight. We'd be there for a long time, and we would not lose shiners. Our shiners would be fine. 3 days on Lake Champlain. If they're hooked properly, they will survive. So the wind is coming out of the northwest, and I'm turning the tip up so that the wind is blowing the flag back in to the catch. It's Mr. Pickerel. He came right off. The shiner's still good. Now, I had one of these go after my finger the other day. Get in the water, boy. Oh, no. We lost him. We got another. If they're hitting like that, he's coming back. So that shiner is still good. And he'll go back in the water. And right now, that flag that I just caught the little pickerel on has gone up again. And as I was saying last video involving ice fishing, a lot of times a hole will be hot, and it's probably pertaining to structure down there. If we had our underwater camera, which we have, we would know. Give it a little time. That was what he wasn't really moving at all with the last one. Oh, is it? So this same tip up has now gone up for the 4th time. I got that little pickerel. Tom.
No, he's there. He's still there.
You missed him?
I don't know. I didn't feel anything on there, but it definitely did a little spin.
Right. A tip up that is an irregular has popped up now. We haven't had this one. Oh, Tom! A bald eagle! Circling the holes looking for random fish. Look at him. That son of a gun. The symbol of America, Tom. Although Ben Franklin said it should be the wild turkey. Look at him. A fully mature bald eagle flying over there. Anyways, has he been moving or no?
No, hasn't moved.
One thing we got to do on this kind of ice is be a little more careful approaching the hole. I feel like they can feel it real easy. This is cool. Look at him. He's coming back our way. He doesn't talk about a hot hole. And now it could be the wind, but we don't know. We got time. We're just standing here. I got to be careful which way I point the camera because the sun is low in the sky. And there are actually people on YouTube that if you have the camera on and the sun gets in their eye on their phone, they'll complain. Okay. Dude, never film into the sun. I'm kind of like...
I can't tell. No, it's just a hook. I can't see the button actually. I see the button.
Give it a little slow hand action.
Button's about a foot down, straight down though.
Uh-oh, Tom. Oh, there it goes. Tom, you take that one, I'll take this one. That one's going. It just took, it went out maybe 10 turns right after it went up. So the plan is to do some jigging. Now, that's one of the reasons that it seemed like a good thing. Little pickerel followed it all the way up, Tom. I slow-handed it.
Just the strainer.
I should have set the hook, but I slow-handed it. I kind of figured it was one of them little pickerel, and it was. He followed it right up to the hole. The bald eagle, the great symbol of America, gliding toward us right now. Heading right over our pointy little heads, Tom. Oh, look at him. What's he doing?
Wait for you to drop the middle.
Is that an eagle or is that one of those drones I've been hearing about in the news? I'm going to call it in. Drone warning. Did you got the shiner? Scum sucker.
Drop in the line.
For some reason, they always wrap in that line. All right, let's see what we got here. Little snake.
Yeah, he ate it.
Yep, he's got it right in the tip of the snout. Here you go, Tom. I know. Grab him by the lip. Lip him. He's got such small teeth that ain't even going to get you. Tom, lipping a pickerel. Living on the edge. Give it to me. I'll get it if you want. Oh, yeah. Lipping a pickerel. Ooh.
Set it.
Ooh.
Set it.
Oh, he's off. Oh. Yeah, he did. He got right in the
Yeah,
weave.
you can see it. Yep. No, at least you got the shiner.
The jawjacker appears to have a fish on it. Oh, yes. To tighten up the drag. Oh, yes. The jawjacker producing pickerel on the jig with the tiny little mealyworm attractor. Tom making it happen with the jig.
That's the first fish I caught on a jig.
Well, you know, I think it's fun doing it. I actually consider going and just bringing the... I've done it over at Congamon. I just go over to... Since now that oh, there we go. Oh, yes. We got the pickerel, like we're in pickerel, they're just all over the place here, these guys, these crazy guys. So, I've gone over to Congamon by myself since they came out with the electric augers that we have here.
Yep.
Because they're easier. And, you know, if you go over there with the gas auger, good luck. It's just too much of a pain in the butt. But the electric auger weighs like 10 pounds. Tom with another one. Yes! They're loving that little pink. I've never seen pickerel go so crazy for a little tiny pink jig like that. I would think they'd be hitting that pink feather up on the top.
Yeah.
The moon rising behind Tom, and we got a tip up that he's going for and a tip up that I'm going for right here. And most game fish are low light critters. So even though we have ice on the lake, game fish are going to lay low. And Tom has got one. It looks like he's bringing one in. So they like the low light. They're going to lay there. And as the light diminishes, then they're going to start prowling. You'll have the smaller ones out when the sky is bright. Now, even under the ice, like you think about, there's ice on here. A little bit of snow. It's certainly not as light underwater as it would be without ice. But with this little snow, look at that moon coming up.
Yeah.
It's a wolf moon. I saw that on the internet. A wolf moon. They got it all figured out. They're all gone.
Gone.
This thing's a little deeper than the other ones. There's a little trench right here where the brook comes in. Oh! There's some weight there.
Monster.
Yes. Oh, Tom. A hog.
He ate the shiner.
Oh, he's got it. He figured, why not? We're pulling in. Oh, I didn't notice you got the motorized mittens on.
Oh yeah, I gotta have these.
He's got motorized mittens.
The only
People.
thing that
They're
keeps
glowing.
the only thing that keeps my fingers from falling off.
Motorized mittens. I think you're going to have to get in there and grab them, Tom.
Yeah, no, I did have them, and I let go for the picture.
I see.
For your glove photo.
It's important that people know what kind of gear we're using out here. They're going to have questions. We might as well answer them. And look at that beautiful rising moon there. The wolf moon. That's what they're calling it. I'm not saying it. People are saying it.
Did I ask the wolf how they feel about that?
I don't know what the wolf says about the idea of a wolf moon, but I do know that we had a nice afternoon. We were only out here for an hour and a half. We had a lot of flags, caught some on the jigging poles. So, in the footsteps of Henry Knox, I think it's 249, is it? Yeah, it's 249 years ago that Henry Knox marched down the road that we're looking at right there. You can see the car going by. From Ticonderoga to Boston with the noble train of artillery, he brought all the cannons back. Even though, can you imagine, Tom? Like 3 of them fell through the ice on Lake George, and he made the guys dive down and get them.
I couldn't imagine that.
Oh, that fat guy was something else. He was a slave driver, is what he was.
I wouldn't have made it.
I wouldn't have dove down in that icy water. But back in them days, they were made of sterner stuff.